It's now JLP7, PNP6 as ECJ contradicts EOG. In a major embarrassment for Jamaica's electoral authorities, the Electoral Commission of Jamaica (ECJ) has revised the final count for the local government election that took place on Monday, February 26, giving 7 municipal corporations to the Jamaica Labour Party and 6 to the People's National Party. The PNP6 include the Portmore City Municipality. The ECJ has also reported a 2020 tie for the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation. The revised results, as announced by the ECJ Saturday evening, is a major slapdown for the Electoral Office of Jamaica, which insisted that the JLP had won 7 municipal corporations to 5 for the PNP, while not counting Portmore, which PNP General Secretary Dr. Tatum Campbell has insisted all week is a municipality like the 13 others. The shift in counting, as reported by the EOG all week, resulted in both parties claiming victory, and even with the revised data presented by ECG, it is not known whether the PNP will revise its position, as it has insisted that it had won the election, claiming victory for the KSAMC since it was appointed to the mayor, having won the popular vote in Kingston and St. Andrew and nationally. According to the ECG, the JLP was victorious in St. Thomas, Portland, Clarendon, St. James, St. Elizabeth, Trelawney and St. Anne. It said the PNP was victorious in Westmoreland, Hanover, St. Mary, St. Catherine, Manchester and Portmore, where it claimed 9 of the 12 electoral divisions. Said the ECJ, with all the ballots counted, the result is that the JLP won election for control of the local authorities with 7 of the local authorities, and the PNP won 6 of the local authorities inclusive of the Portmore municipality. The ECJ explained that in the case of a tie in a number of divisions in a municipal corporation, as in the case with the KSAMC, the 8th schedule for the representation of the people's parties guides the process for the selection of the chairman, which is the mayor. Paragraph 1, subparagraphs 5a and b of the 8th schedule of the ROPA states, in the event of a tie in the votes in the course of electing a chairperson of a municipal corporation, the principal returning officer shall 1. Have a casting vote and shall exercise that casting vote in favor of the councillor who has the support of the majority of the councillors who are members of the political party that received the majority of the votes cast in the area within the jurisdiction of the municipal corporation in the preceding election held pursuant to its schedule, and secondly, therefore, preside over the election of the deputy mayor, and in the event of a tie in the votes, exercise a casting vote in favor of the councillor who has the support of the majority of the councillors who are not members of the political party of which the chairperson is a member. The ECJ noted that the final count in respect to the KSAMC indicates that the PNP and the JLP will each have 20 councillors. As such, it said the PNP, having received a majority of votes cast in that municipal corporation, will determine who will be the mayor, while the JLP will thereafter select the deputy mayor. Meanwhile, the ECJ said the meeting of the KSAMC shall be held on March 7, 2024 at noon. The principal returning officer by law will officiate in the selection process of the PNP's nominee for the position of mayor and for the JLP nominee as deputy mayor. 16-year-old accused of stabbing 12-year-old relative. A 16-year-old girl was arrested and charged following the stabbing of her 12-year-old relative in Kerry Park, Trelawney on Wednesday, February 14. Reports from the Falmouth police are that about 4 p.m., both girls were at home when the accused allegedly used a ratchet knife to stab the complainant in the back. Reports were that the girl fell, and the teenager subsequently stabbed her several times in the upper body before fleeing the scene. The police were alerted and the complainant was assisted to hospital, where she was admitted. The accused later turned herself in at the Duncans police station, where she was charged with wounding with intent. Her court date is being finalized. 2 cops implicated in St. Anne fatal shooting remanded. A judge is to decide whether to grant bail to 2 of the 3 policemen implicated in the fatal shooting of a man inside a mother's fast food restaurant in St. Anne in January. During Friday's bail hearing before the St. Anne's Bay Parish Court, defense attorneys for 2 of the cops, Constable Ramsey and Marcelo Carr, urged the senior parish judge to offer them bail. Initially, the judge, Michelle Summon, had offered bail to Constable Carr, but later withdrew the offer after she was presented with 2 videos by the prosecution which strongly opposed bail. The judge said she wants to review all the videos before delivering her decision regarding bail. The matter continues on March 5th. Constable Ramsey and Carr were charged last month following an investigation into the fatal shooting of 30-year-old Kaji Sims, who was shot dead inside the restaurant on January 27. The third cop, Jamal Scott, was offered bail in the sum of $500,000 when he appeared in court last month. 5 civilians charged in the case with the offense of misprision of felony had been released on bond. The 8 accused were charged following the fatal shooting of Mr. Sims during a brawl involving 2 groups of men at the fast food restaurant. The Director of Public Prosecution recently ruled that additional charges should be laid against Constable Ramsey and Carr. Constable Ramsey has been charged with manslaughter and professing that he has a service pistol in his possession, but the victim, Sims, was shot dead inside the restaurant. Prosecutors accused him of failing to de-escalate the situation inside the restaurant prior to Sims being fatally shot. Constable Carr has been slapped with additional charges of fraudulent use of license plate and attempting to pervert the court of justice. Prosecutions accuse him of removing and hiding the license plate of the getaway vehicle following the shooting. No decision yet on continued membership of Dennis Medas in PNP. Having been stripped of his role as caretaker for the constituency of Trelawney North, there is no word yet on the membership of Dennis Medas in the People's National Party. Mr. Medas was removed as caretaker following comments made seemingly in support of scamming while on the campaign trail. His removal came despite him issuing an apology for his statement. General Secretary of the People's National Party, Dr. Dayson Campbell, speaking Thursday with reporters, said the internal committees of the party will make a determination as to the future of Mr. Medas in the PNP. Cabinet to consider fate of jury trials. The Jamaican Cabinet is to consider the fate of trial by jury, which has been the subject of much debate in legal circles in recent years. This has been confirmed by Justice Minister Delroy Chalk. There have been calls within the judiciary for some matters to be adjudicated by the judge only rather than be decided by a panel of jurors. Chief Justice has been at the forefront of the call for the authorities to reconsider persisting with jury trials due to the reluctance of Jamaicans to serve as jurors. The Chief Justice's position has been met with dissent from some defense attorneys and representatives of civil society who contended that the basis for the abolition of jury trials is not well grounded. The Justice Minister says there needs to be a fulsome discussion on the matter, acknowledging its common law origins and noting that we've had it for centuries. I don't think we can remove it just like that, but I think that the Chief Justice has brought up neat public discussion, and I will take that opportunity to bring it to Cabinet submission, he said on Friday. Additionally, he announced that he will refer the matter to a joint select committee of Parliament to listen to the varying views as to how we can improve the jury system or, if it can't be improved, to remove it, as the Chief Justice has argued. Mr. Chalk also expressed hope that the remuneration for jurors will be increased in short order, with a Cabinet submission already prepared and proposal for increasing the stipend jurors received. The payment for the stipend would also extend to those who are called for jury duty but end up not being empaneled, he stated.
It is a common law, common law innovation we have had it for centuries. I don't think the executive can remove it like that. But I think what the Chief Justice has brought up needs public discussions. And I will take the opportunity to bring a cabinet submission and also for it to be a joint select committee of Parliament to listen to the varying views as to how we can improve the jury system, or if it can be improved, to remove it, as the Chief Justice has argued. It is costly to get to the courts. And many of these jurors, really, they come to court. They're not called to serve. And even if they serve, the present stipend they get, really, is a burden on them. They get $2,000 if they serve. And if they don't serve, they get nothing. So they may spend $2,000 to come to court and go back home. So we have now in place a cabinet submission, which hopefully will be taken soon, that even while we contemplate the role or future of the jury, we want to at least, once it is happening, that the jurors can be paid hopefully a better stipend, and also those who are called to the courts, but who are not empaneled, that they can at least be reimbursed with bus fare and lunch money, because oftentimes they come to court, they wait around to determine if they're going to be, empaneled. And it's not fair to persons, especially many of them, who are day laborers. So many of them are self-employed, and they lose a day's work. And so we are looking at that to see how best we can deal with the compensation package for persons who are being called upon to serve as jurors.
St. Thomas couple to face court for attempted murder of landlord. A St. Thomas couple charged in relation to the shooting of their landlord are to appear in the St. Thomas Parish Court on March 8. 43-year-old Kimisha Bryan, otherwise called Gally, and 23-year-old Acosta Bernard, both of Yellows, are charged with intent, 2 counts of conspiracy to commit murder, and being an accessory before the fact to commit murder. Reports are that the couple was living together at a 2-bedroom dwelling owned by a man. It is further reported that Miss Bryan and the landlord had been involved in a long-standing dispute, and she had on numerous occasions allegedly threatened to kill him. A report was made to the police, and Miss Bryan was subsequently evicted. This resulted in her allegedly paying an undetermined sum of money to kill the landlord to gain ownership of the dwelling. The police say on February 15, about 2:15 a.m., the landlord was shot multiple times. The police said Mr. Bernard was aware of the crime. The couple was charged on February 29. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.